Question 14 reads, to determine if cooking with olive oil reduces the risk of heartburn for men, researchers interviewed a random sample of 5,500 men who had no history of heartburn. Study participants were identified as either regular or occasional olive oil users. 5 years later, researchers interviewed the men again. They found that the proportion of men who experienced frequent heartburn was significantly lower for men identified as regular olive oil users. Which of the following is the most appropriate conclusion of the study? Okay, so before we delve into the answer choices, I want to cover a thing called correlation versus causation. Imagine it's a hot sunny day on the beach, okay, and all the vendors are outside and they're selling ice cream and sunglasses, right? Because of the hot sunny day, both the sales of the ice cream and the sunglasses are going to increase, okay? We say there's a correlation, not a causation. Why? Because there's no cause and effect relationship between these two, right? They're completely independent of each other. Obviously, if you buy ice cream, you're not necessarily gonna go and buy sunglasses, right? There's gonna be some third party that's gonna cause both the relationships. And here in this scenario, it's the sun, the third party that causes both of them, right? And so we say that the sales of the sunglasses and the ice creams are correlated. There is no cause and effect relationship. And the same thing can be said for this question. Here, the results of the study only indicate a correlation. If you use more olive oil, there is less frequency of heartburn. It's just a correlation. They do not say anything about a cause and effect relationship between them. They're just saying a trend that if you increase one will decrease. So we're looking for an answer choice, at least that should have correlation rather than causation. Okay, so if you look through the answer choices, for example, answer choice A, olive oil use causes a reduction, okay? Causes, okay? That's exactly what we're not looking for. And B also has causes, right? We don't know if it's necessarily olive oil that's doing this. There could be some, like the sun in this example, the sun, there could be some third factor that contributes something into this relationship, okay? So A and B are out because they use the word cause, okay? And so now let's look at C and D. There is an association between olive oil, right? Association, that's a pretty good word, between olive oil use and the risk of heartburn for men and women, but it is not necessarily a cause and effect relationship. Okay, but notice how this question says and woman. In our study, there are only men, right? And so how can we talk on the behalf of women? How can we say the results are going to be the same for men and women, right? The study only looked at men. And so that's out as well. And so it's automatically going to be D. There is an association between olive oil use and the risk of heartburn for men, right? Association, good. But it is not necessarily a cause and effect relationship, good, right? And the association may not exist for women. Right, perfect. That's our answer that we're looking for. We only did the experiment with men, so we can only talk on the behalf of men. And so our answer is D.